We're live now. We are live. I'm waiting to... There we go. I see us on Facebook. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. We're almost to Friday and almost to the weekend. If you're getting on here, do me a favor. Like, comment, share the stream. Greatly appreciate it. Real quick, first things first, got to get to the 60 seconds of gratitude. So, my 60 seconds of gratitude is just the ability to be able to work here at Team GTT. And really the most important thing that comes with that is that I just felt when I came here is it provided structure, you know? And I feel like that was a great thing for me. I really needed structure. I'm somebody that's needed structure all throughout, you know, my life. And I feel like that just provides a good pathway. Just in general, just a pathway, some guidelines, and it, you know, provides expectations, which at the end of the day, you know, you get that accountability. You want to, you know, be able to have people that hold you accountable, and you want to, you know, want to not be able to let them down. So that's my 60 seconds of gratitude. You know, I appreciate the opportunity for everybody here, Tommy included, you know, obviously, for allowing me to come here and work and have this opportunity. Travis, what are you thankful for this morning?
I'm thankful for the same thing, Kim.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
As well.
And I'm going to try and be good about...
Maximum potential.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to try and be good about checking these comments. I'm not very good at that. So we'll get to that. So what's our topic this morning, Van?
Being a new agent on Team
GTT.
For some reason it didn't save over to Facebook.
Yeah.
Hey, that's okay. Good morning, Kendall. Good morning, Larima, Van, Travis, Amanda. Good morning. It's a great topic. It leads right into right after, you know, my gratitude as far as, you know, being thankful that I am able to work on a team like GTT. So and basically what I want to get into is really just what I did last night is I wrote down some questions of you know, experiences, things I've learned. I've only been here for it's been almost 3 months, so I haven't had a whole lot of experience, but I have learned a lot. I've had some struggles that I've faced with. So that's what I did last night. I wrote down some questions that I feel like, you know, were necessary for me to talk about, but also anybody watching that might be interested in real estate, you know, or want to know, you know, what it takes to do it. You know, some of those questions revolve around that as well. So the first question I'm sure a lot of people have for me is, why in the world did you get into real estate? That's something that I would have never, ever expected in my life to get into real estate. I've always, you know, thought about it, but I'd never been like, oh, I'm going to be a real estate agent. What got my curiosity, though, you know, going through high school and then, you know, on into college and so on and so forth was, you know, I wanted to end up having my own investment, you know, or rental properties to create passive income. I've watched a lot of videos growing up of, you know, Grant Cardone. I've been introduced to Bradley a little bit, you know, through Noah. I know he's come here. Haven't had the chance to meet him in person, but I've seen a lot of his videos. You know, Gary Vee's another one that I've watched. And they, you know, a lot of them talk about the passive income. It's a lot of work to get to that point. But that's something that I was interested in, you know, doing a job, but also having income on the side to come in and help me out. So that was one of the things, and I felt like it was also a great opportunity in general to make connections. I really love the relationship building aspect of just being an entrepreneur and just sales, and I love talking to people. I love building those relationships, and I felt like I said, with real estate, you get to talk to somebody new every day. And so who knows what that's going to bring? You know, there's so many opportunities that could come from that. There's so many, just like I said, opportunities in general that could come from that. So that's something that, you know, I felt would be a very good benefit to joining real estate. What are some, and here's another question, you know, what are some of my goals involving real estate so far? Like I said, I've only been in the business for, like I said, almost 3 months. So I'm still learning, still getting my feet on the ground. Goals are not super specific, which I know they need to be. So I made them as specific as I could being here for 3 months, right? So I do have a goal of, 20 houses, selling 20 houses in my first year. Now that might be a little high, but that's fine. It's kind of just a basis point to see where I'm at the end of the year, right? So if I don't achieve it, then I know what I got to do to get there. If I do, awesome, great. New goal is 30, 40, 50, whatever it may be. But that's just a goal, and I feel like being specific with your goals is very important because it does give you more of a structure, a guideline, and just a way for your brain to know, all right, I'm shooting for 20 houses. You're better off with your brain and figuring out, how do I get to 20 houses rather than I just want to sell houses, right? If you got a specific goal, it's a lot easier to attack, in my opinion.
Without a goal, there's no target.
Right, and you're kind of lost.
You're just going with the flow.
Right, exactly. And that's how I feel too. And then the second thing is, it's very broad, but I feel like this one is more important to me than the 20 houses. And it's really, within the first year, I want to obtain the most knowledge that I possibly can, because I truly believe in talking real estate, in a sense, the more knowledge I have, the houses will come. Selling the houses will come. The more knowledge I have, that will come. And I feel like with knowledge, you build confidence and you build certainty. And that's something that, I take every day. I tell myself, get 1% better in everything that I do. And the main thing with that is knowledge. Learn as much as you can, because at the end of the day, you're going to be so much better off 3 months from now, right? 6 months, 3 months from today, 6 months being in the business. I've already gained so much knowledge in this first 2.5, 3 months. I can't imagine what it would be like another 3 months from now. So it's really just taking in everything I possibly can. And that's a huge benefit to GTT. I have no experience as far as going to a Parks or a Cry-Like or anything like that. From what people have told me, my mom has some friends in real estate. I've got some friends in real estate as well that work for other companies. And they do, some of their experiences is, you walk in and they don't necessarily just throw you to the wolves, but you kind of are on your own. And I feel like here, it's a big family, it's a big team, and everybody is willing to help.
We got a head coach, we got assistant coaches.
Yeah.
We got positional coaches.
Right, and that's where that structure comes from. When I was talking about just being grateful for this atmosphere in here. I'm a person that asks a lot of questions. I do, and I don't care. If it bothers somebody, pisses somebody off. Screw it. I don't care, because that's the only way to learn. You got to ask questions, and I feel like here, everybody here is very willing and able to be okay with asking a lot of questions. And even if they don't know, they tell me, I don't know, but here's who would know. And they lead me to that direction. So I'm very thankful for that. And that's what this team provides that helps me out a lot, is just being able to answer my questions. Because like I said, at the end of the day, that's where knowledge comes from. Asking questions and then putting that knowledge that you've learned right there into action. Now you gain experience. And so with experience, you just overall get better with that. Toughest challenges I have faced. That's another question that I wrote down. And that's a tough one, because in order to answer that, you've got to be honest with yourself. And I think a lot of people struggle with that because, somebody might say they're honest with themselves, but they definitely cut it a little short to make themselves at the end of the day feel a little better. So that was a tough one, but like I said, it's all with being honest with yourself. And my thing is, one, social media. So I had gotten out of social media for probably 6 years. I hadn't made a post, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I've got those 3. I was very active on it through high school, but I got into college and I kind of just went away from it. I don't like it. That's just kind of my opinion on it. And it just got to a point where I just wasn't posting at all. I would read people's posts, but I was more of a in the moment kind of person. So it kind of got to where I never thought about pulling out my phone and capturing a moment, whereas I was more just wanting to witness it myself rather than like I said, pull out a phone and take a picture of it or something. And so for 6 years I had not made a post. And so within the past 3 months that I've been here, I've made more posts than in the past 6 years, which I think is crazy. And it's going to get to a point where now it becomes natural, but I know my brain has developed a habit to where I don't pull out my phone. So it's something that I've got to learn to overcome, and it is a process I feel like in myself that I've got to get better at. But it's something that I know. Social media is super important in this business, and that's something I come to find out really fast. Because you are an entrepreneur, this is basically, I mean, you're running your own business. You're within a team, but at the same time, like, you got to brand your name. People aren't just going to come to you just because you're on a team, just because they think, they know you're in real estate. Like, you have to go out and prospect. You have to go out and get. And so knowing that, that's helped my mind kind of get better with social media. Like I said, I'm nowhere near where I need to be. But that's something at the end of the day that I'm definitely striving towards to get to that point. So social media is a big challenge that I've faced, still currently face, and probably will face for a little bit. But
I mean, just so later on in the day when it's time to post, you can just pull one right out.
Right, and you ain't got to take the time.
You ain't got to put in storage.
Right, and that's a great idea, and that's something, I do work alongside Noah in here, and he has tons of social media just sitting in his camera roll, which is super, just like Travis was saying, very, very important, because it's right, like you might take a video one day and might run into the next day where you don't have a lot of time to go out and post something. Well, now you've got stuff saved from a week or so ago.
I think we put that on Facebook, man.
Did we?
Yeah, we dropped. It just totally dropped.
Oh, doggone it.
Everything?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh,
It's
so
still going on YouTube, though.
Hey, we're still going on YouTube. We'll go for another 5 minutes. That's cool. Hey, on YouTube, like, comment, and share. We're still rolling on there. So
subscribe.
And subscribe. Yeah. Getting consistent and good at following up. That's something that, luckily, I was in a position before this job. I worked in a sales position to where we did have follow-up. So that wasn't something that I was new to, but I do feel like here it's 10 times more important to follow up than at my previous job. I mean, take that back. It was still important at the previous job, but here has kind of made me realize the true importance of a follow-up. People can make their decision within hours, so you definitely got to be on top of them with that. And then, basically what I've learned so far, being here for 3 months is you have to be open-minded to new things and open-minded to change. And I do mean for that to be broad, because anything and everything you have to be open-minded to. Tommy talks about all the time, with money, with just the real estate business in general. These are things that I've never even heard of before. And if I was very closed-minded, it would keep me at a particular level. And I feel like that in order to be in this business, you have to get creative with different ways. And you've got to be introduced to new things in general. So being open-minded is very important, I feel like, in my opinion. And that's what I've learned. And then I feel like, lastly, communication is key, especially in this business. I think in life, communication is key. But in this business, it's definitely key, as well as consistency. This is a job where you don't make money unless you sell a house. So if you have a great month, February, March, and then you kind of slack off in April, May, well, there's a good chance you're not making any money for next 2 months. And so, it's really just, being consistent all the way through. And I think that develops good habits and helps you moving forward, within real estate. So that's all I got. Van, shut us down. I know we're off Facebook. We can shut us down on YouTube.